Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is episode 4 of Two Guys Drink, the only show on YouTube where two guys escape their family to talk about really just about nothing. Drink alcohol, so make us feel better, right? My name's Ian, and this is Sean.
I have to do this. This episode 4.
Woo!
The Four Horsemen, although there's only 2 of us. So
The Four Horsemen? Is that
yeah,
like
it's
a thing?
wrestling. It's a wrestling thing. The Four Horsemen.
Oh,
How do you not know
always
the
do
Four
the wrestling
Horsemen?
references. And
How do you not know the Four Horsemen?
I don't know.
That
just
is
about
bigger
anything.
than anything in wrestling.
I mean, I know like Hulk Hogan
That's pretty much
CM
right
Punk.
next to Hulk Hogan.
and CM Punk.
They were Hulk Hogan's number one nemesis.
Well, I do not know that. Roddy Piper
geez.
a little bit? No?
Oh, that would match my hat.
That would match your hat.
Cool. We'll get to that later.
What's our unofficial sponsor for the episode?
It is Maker's Mark. Ian actually went out of the way, found us a good sponsor this week.
Yes, I did. I asked 3 whiskey drinkers, and 2 gave me this whiskey to drink. So
It's a good one. I'm proud of you.
thank you, Eric and Dave.
I'm so interested in seeing how you respond to it because you're not a whiskey drinker yet.
Yeah,
Working on it.
We're going to
week
do
by
it
week
right
here.
now.
Shots.
I actually don't mind that.
Nope, it's not bad.
Not bad at all. I think we're going to do a little sip of it, too, while we're at it, right?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Drinking whiskey or shooting whiskey, not ever easy.
No.
Nope.
But that one wasn't too bad.
I had enough stories of friends who literally it taps the back of their mouth and they instantaneously just throw up.
Really?
Oh yeah, you know Wade. Beard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Crown Royal, not a good mix for him.
Wow. I'm glad that is not me, because otherwise I'd be puking every episode.
Hey, when you find our sponsor, that's on you.
That's true. Absolutely.
When I find our sponsor, I'm a whiskey drinker.
Dak Prescott.
Really, we could just sit here and bullshit.
We could
for
bullshit.
nothing about nothing.
We could, and we could make it work. Dak Prescott signed a ridiculous 4-year, $160 million contract with, I believe, $75 million being this year.
I saw, yes, it's $75 million this year, and then something like $30 million next year, and then 25, and I think 25 or something like that.
Which you gotta if you're gonna do it, you gotta give Jerry some props that like he worked it out to spend the money up front.
Yeah.
When he knows he has the money, and then have it be a team-friendly deal for the remainder of the deal, right?
Here's the part I don't get, and let me be very honest about this, that I don't get this. Your quarterback just had a horrific injury last year, okay? Perfect opportunity to use the franchise tag on him to make sure he's back to health, and that's what you want to do with that money. And, yeah, you're still paying a ridiculous price for that franchise tag.
Yes.
But at least you can feel confident about what you're getting back in return because you'll have him for a season under it before you sign this ridiculous contract for him.
Here's the problem. The problem is the longer you wait, the more that stupid price tag went up. They could have signed him for $36 million over 4 years last year.
Well, I thought he wanted that, or not 36. I thought he wanted 40 last year.
No, they were on 30. Rumors are they were on $36 million. Jerry wanted 5 years. Dak wanted 4 years. So now Dak's getting $40 million and his 4 years.
And he just sat out, 3/4 of the season with his injury?
I mean,
Don't
I
wrong,
think he
the
would have
first 3
rather
games.
played. I think he would have rather played
Probably.
than snap his ankle.
Probably, but don't get me wrong. His first, 4 games that he was able to play?
Yeah, he was on track for a 6,000 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say he's throwing about 450 to 500 yards a game.
Now, if this is the contract that the Seattle Seahawks wanted for the trade for Russ Wilson, I am all in. I will sign up and say this is a great deal. Otherwise, it's still kind of tough to swallow. I don't think Dak's a 40. I don't think many. Outside of
Patrick Mahomes, because he's very minimal under Patrick Mahomes.
Outside of Patrick Mahomes, I don't think any quarterback is worth $40 million a year. I think that the ceiling is like 32 that I'd be willing to pay. And that would be for like the upper echelon, the Rodgers, the Russell Wilson. And I think these Dak and
just
all these
this conversation.
Watson and all these other guys should be worth like 25, 27 million.
Here's the hard part that I have with that. Ben for the Steelers, who, yes, is a Hall of Fame quarterback. Yes, last year he won 12 games. And people still consider he had a rough season by the end of the year.
I don't know how you could consider that a rough season. And I don't like Ben Roethlisberger, but I thought he played at a pretty high level for coming off of an elbow surgery.
Because watch the games. He didn't produce the way you would think he would.
But he also didn't have a running game, and his receivers are dropping balls left and right. So
Deontay.
Not just Deontay. I saw Juju drop balls.
24.
Juju dropped balls. Ebron dropped, which he's been known for dropping balls. So, but Ben just took a big discount, didn't he?
$5 million. He took $5 million.
Yeah, $5 million.
He separated it over 2 years, which it can actually be extended to separate over 4 years, if depending on how the Steelers want to manipulate that.
So there's a question.
And there's $5 million actually.
Do you want Ben back for a following?
Oh, he's not coming back. No, it is a 1-year contract with the option to manipulate it over 4 years.
He'll stay on the cap for up to 4 years.
Correct.
Gotcha.
But he did take a $5 million price reduction. Like for the Steelers, they cleared up with his reduction. They cleared up the whole negative they had. They had a negative, I think it was $19 million. They cleared up their negative with it. So now the Steelers do have some money and some relief to go re-sign people and bring people back or sign.
Draft the running back, and the Steelers are golden. That's all you got to do. They got receivers out the butt. Draft the running back. Maybe get a lineman.
They will. But the lineman, I'm under the lineman impression at this point, just because their guys are getting old.
Yeah.
And retiring. Marquise Pouncey,
Yeah, Pouncey kind of shocks me a little bit that he's retiring.
I thought he was going to go with Ben whenever Ben went. But nonetheless, there's linemen in the draft. You can go second, third round and get a lineman. Same with running backs usually. You can go second, third round with running backs.
On another note, did you know that this whiskey bottle has a government warning on it?
What are you feeding us here?
According to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects. And the second warning on here is consumption of alcohol beverages impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery and may cause health problems.
And we do support listening to that rule. Cheers.
Cheers. I am absolutely driving my car home after this. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not drinking enough, though, to really be messed up.
Now, depending on how much you drink of that bottle, you're drinking enough. At the moment we're at right now, not too much. But
yeah, not too much. So I don't think our wives watch this, so we're safe to talk about stuff.
Yeah, my wife, I've even brought it up, and I still don't think she checks in.
Yeah, my wife just found out what the show was called, and we're like 3 episodes in, so
all right.
I don't think that she watches it.
I posted it on social media multiple times. So
we're going on a zoo trip together.
Oh, yeah.
You excited about this?
Well, I found out about it late last night. We talked about it earlier today, and yeah, I'm excited. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely some concerns, but I'm excited too, because it's not only on me. You're going to have the same concerns that I'm going to have.
So my idea of having a joint van to drive our families to Columbus, we're going to the Columbus Zoo, which is about a 4.5-hour drive from the city of Pittsburgh. I thought it would be cool to rent like a passenger van, and you and I take the captain seats, and our families are in the back, and we just have a blast, listening to music and having fun. And that got shot down in about 1.2 seconds.
Less than Dogecoin is worth.
Ouch. It's still worth almost 6 cents a coin.
What's that?
It's still almost 6 cents a coin.
Almost. Believe me, I held on to some. I actually know.
Right. So that got shut down. We are staying in the same Airbnb, and we're going to the largest zoo, at least on this side of the Mississippi. I don't know if San Diego's larger.
I think it was third overall. The last I remember checking that.
And it's huge. I've been there before, and we're going to walk around that thing with 4 kids, one of which is a very small child in Ollie, right?
Yeah, but he'll probably be the furthest one ahead of everybody.
Let's hope. Let's hope we're not
you watched him
dragging him
watched
along.
Him.
Yeah.
He goes. You saw him at the party over the weekend.
Well, maybe he can push us in the stroller once we decide to
He may.
Because that zoo is unbelievably large.
Grayson will be the one trying to get in to that stroller. They'd be pushed around.
I think we should try and bring some video games to play for after the kids pass out. What do you think?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I could bring the old Xbox since I have that just hanging around. I have
we could play some NCAA. Do you have 2 controllers?
I don't, but my brother does. I could probably get another one off him.
He has an extra Xbox 360 controller?
Yeah, I probably just forgot to grab it off him.
Or I can bring the Switch, or we'll figure something out. We'll find some kind of video games to play. But what is the thing you are looking forward to the least about this wonderful zoo trip on Easter weekend?
Chasing my kids everywhere. Literally, and not even both my kids, chasing Ollie everywhere. I love that kid, but like I say, we're not going to have to worry about trying to drag him or have to carry him around. No, he's going to be like 10 miles in front of us, so I'm going to have to be chasing him. Huh?
Yeah, he did run you ragged around the mall this weekend.
Yes, and that's him all the time. He's the Energizer Bunny.
I would say my least favorite thing to look forward to is the drive. I just don't like driving like that for long periods of time. But we'll try and make it fun. We'll put on a playlist and talk and have a good time, I guess. What is your favorite thing about this trip?
I actually like Columbus in general. I like Columbus. I don't remember where the Airbnb is that we're staying.
It's like 10 minutes from the zoo.
Okay.
It's North Columbus.
Yeah. But no, like, I don't know how much you've been in the city before.
I haven't hung around the city too much. I've done a lot in the outskirts.
No, the city's awesome. The actual city, there's an area that is very reminiscent of a mix of like Southside and the Strip District kind of mixed together. It's pretty awesome, actually. It's right by the Columbus Blue Jackets Arena is where it's at. But no, I like Columbus in general, the city. The zoo's awesome. The zoo has literally everything.
The zoo is amazing. It really is.
I mean, I'm excited because I've never been to Lego World, so I'm excited that there's a version of Lego World there.
Yeah, it's like an inside Lego play center, and there was one in Philadelphia we went to that was pretty awesome. I mean, it's a good 4 hours of entertainment.
My son wants to be a master builder growing up, Grayson, so he's gonna absolutely.
How do you become a master builder?
They have shows for it. I have no idea how you become a master builder, but I guess you just sit there and build things.
Maybe just build shit.
That's what it comes across as. But he wants to be a master builder, or he wants to chase Godzilla down. One or the other.
Give him a coding book. He can build electronically and make millions of dollars if it becomes a pretty good idea.
Not a bad idea because he probably would be into it after growing up a little bit. Legos is like a starting point.
My favorite thing would be, probably I love the penguin exhibit at Columbus Zoo. So probably the penguins. And not the Pittsburgh Penguins, although they're pretty awesome too.
They won tonight again, 4-2.
They seem to be catching on late in the season here, moving forward in this COVID year that we're facing.
Yeah, eventually you figure what works for you.
I think they'll get it on.
I think they're fourth place in their division, which puts them in the playoffs.
Pretty similar to my Bulls, is they're coming on. The longer the season goes, they're coming on. The Bulls they're one game out of the playoff picture right now. So, hey, that's all it takes, man. They got a good coach. Things are going. You just got to make it to the dance, and then Giannis will ruin your life.
Then you can play the Lakers in the finals.
No, we're never making it to the finals. The Bulls don't make it to the finals. We have our hearts broken in round 2 or 3.
Hey, you guys had that opportunity to go back to 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 back. You guys said, we want to cut people. We don't want the coach back anymore. I
mean, and Derek just couldn't have – his knee just fell apart every year.
I'm not talking about Derek. I'm talking about the Jordan days.
Oh, don't remind me about the Jordan days.
When they didn't want to bring Phil Jackson back.
What the hell did I write down here?
He was not drinking before he wrote notes, by the way.
So I've been picked on recently for actually I'm wearing them right now. So if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see this. My wonderful brown and blue shoes. I feel like they go great with jeans. And they're somewhat dressy, so I can wear them with a button-up shirt and look kind of okay. I've been picked on a lot over this shoe choice, mainly by one of our veterans here at the real estate brokerage. And then funny thing was, I was literally thinking about purchasing a hat to go along with it. And then you show up to my daughter's birthday wearing the type of hat I was thinking about purchasing.
The better question is, what do you think of the hat?
I like the hat. Yeah. And then I tried it on at the birthday party, and everybody said I should get one, right?
Yeah, it looked good. I thought it worked.
Okay, it worked. So
obviously I like the hat.
The question is when did we become old?
When did I get a receding hairline?
Oh, you've had that since I've known you. It's just gotten a little worse over the years.
I want to say 35, 34.
I'm not 35 yet.
Oh, I didn't say everybody's the same time frame. No, I want to say probably 30.
I think 30 is when I started feeling old. It's when I started working out more and stuff, but it's also when I started feeling old. Like I need to put more effort into this thing called life. And, I take a lot more naps in my 30s. Naps are a beautiful thing, by the way.
He also learned this from his partner, Alex.
Alex takes tons of
naps,
day, right? Every day.
I would love to take naps every day. I would love to.
I'm going to pay for this whiskey tomorrow morning during basketball.
I get showings first thing in the morning.
I will feel it during basketball tomorrow morning. I think I will get the hat, even though I've been told I'm going to get disowned by my friends by wearing that hat.
Really?
Yes.
Why would I do that? I'm not going to disown you.
Well, you're one of my friends. Yeah. Other friends have told me if I start wearing that hat, they will disown me. But I think I'm going to do it anyways. Just like those same friends told me not to wear these shoes, and I've been wearing them every single day because of that.
See, you asked me my opinion. I told you that white rim on those shoes is what makes them look bad.
It's like, what do they call is it a white wall on the old tires? Like
I actually like the white wall.
That's what this is. It's the white wall on the sneakers.
Maybe I'm really old because I really actually like white wall.
I think
tires.
We're both really old, Sean. And we still have many more years to go of being old. But I'm glad that I did remember what I wrote down because it does not. What age turn into old? Okay.
Where?
That was this right here.
Oh, what age?
What age turn into old? But it doesn't look like what age is because it's the age.
Remember, this is not English class.
No, I don't know how to spell it, by the way. So, yeah. So, what is one thing that you're going to buy with this magical $1,400 per person? Which, by the way, you're a family of four. Mm-hmm. I'm a family of four. That's $5,600 that the government is going to give us for free because they feel we need it, even though we don't need it. And my personal opinion here is that it should be something you apply for, and the people that do need it get a much larger stimulus. And the people that don't need it, like you and I, don't get it. But if they're going to give me free money, I'm not going to
say no.
I'm going to take it, I'm going to cash it, and I'm going to buy something with it. So what are you going to buy? Are you going to buy an Xbox or a PlayStation with it?
No, I already had money lined up for that. But
did you? So you decided on Xbox or PlayStation?
No, I just haven't bought it yet. I'm waiting for it to be available in stock to buy.
Well, I sent you somebody who was selling an Xbox.
I'm not looking to buy off market. Okay. I can wait. I'm not in no rush.
You don't want used?
No, no rush.
No rush.
Nonetheless, there's not even any real games out that much for them, either one of them yet.
Oh, that whiskey just poured down my face.
He's drunk.
No, I'm not
drunk. So for me, there's three options that I'll be using that for. Possibly stocks, possibly something to rehab the house with, or a vacation with the family.
You don't have anything left to rehab your house.
Oh, we may need a new roof. It's coming up.
Okay, that is coming up.
Yeah.
I need a new roof eventually, too, on my house. But mine's going to be way more expensive than yours.
Yeah, yours is like 3 stories high.
Dude, yours, I feel like you, me, and somebody that knows what they're doing can hop up on that roof and do it ourselves.
Oh, there's a decent chance. It's not
a fraction of the cost. Don't you have, like, a family members in roofing?
Yeah, Luke. So.
Like, if you, me, and him go up on the roof, we could probably have a roof done in a day.
We've talked to him before. He's talked to us. Him doing it himself. So
case of beer.
No.
That's all you got to pay me. I'll be up there.
Material things like that, but.
Well, yeah, materials, but that materials are a fraction of the cost. It's labor that costs money on the roofs, right?
Nonetheless, that's probably. I mean, if we were going to do things with the house, like don't get me wrong, my wife has crazy ideas, but she also wants to consider moving and selling the house. Well, I don't want to sell the house until I fix the roof. That's for me. That's a big thing.
What's one personal item that you want?
Oh, my next vehicle. I want to buy a Dodge Ram, so I could put it towards that.
You could put it towards that. I don't even know. Like I'm in the zone where I kind of have a little bit of everything that I want.
Yeah.
But I'll probably end up throwing it in the stock market or something just to get it moving.
I have a feeling that's what I'll end up doing with it.
And, we're going on a zoo trip. I'll probably throw some money towards that, right? Another vacation. Because,
I told you, my 3 things are either the roof for the house, vacation, or stock.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, long term, my next vehicle is going to be a Dodge Ram. I'll go that route, but
I might buy a Raspberry Pi 4 just to mess around with it. It's like $100, I think. You know what that is?
No, I don't.
So a Raspberry Pi, they've had 4 generations of it now. It's a single board computer you can buy for like under $100, and you can do a whole bunch of projects with it. You can look it up. It's like I have a Raspberry Pi 1. I bought one of the first ones that came out, and you can make it into like an old retro gaming console. You can make it into a bunch of different things. But I might just to have it. I might just buy it. I saw some guy that was mining cryptocurrency with a Raspberry Pi 4, and he was literally making $3 a year.
What does that work out?
The Raspberry Pi 4 costs, I think, $80 for just the board, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it would take him, 30 years to pay himself back for the Raspberry Pi 4. And this was all factoring in the fact that he does not pay an electricity bill. Right? So if he had an electricity bill, he would actually lose money.
Where did you even find a story about this?
YouTube.
Of course.
It was on YouTube. There's some weird YouTuber. By the way, if you are enjoying this show, smash the like button and subscribe. Or if you're listening to this on the podcast form, please subscribe. We have 0 budget, so you get the worst possible quality. And then if we ever end up doing anything good with this, we will invest more money into it.
Yeah, right? We'll get lighting so you can actually see the other half of my face when I sit down.
I don't think you have another half of your face.
Oh, it's right there.
I'm joking.
It could be worse. I could be bald on top and the glare from the light just shines everywhere.
See, and you said we weren't going to have anything to talk about. We're not even like halfway through our list, and we have
I told you, we can bullshit about anything.
We literally can bullshit about anything.
You don't even need that list. We could just say one thing and probably go on for
probably
the whole show.
Absolutely. What are the chances that we're going to ditch our wives and go out and do something while we're on our trip?
Your wife would probably allow it. My wife will shoot you.
Well, after the kids go to sleep?
My wife will shoot you.
Yeah. I want to go to like...
Because what happens if one of the kids wake up?
That's true. My kids don't wake up. They just sleep through the night.
Grayson wakes up. Ollie has a tendency to just slam his feet off the walls. But Grayson actually wakes up and gets scared of things sometimes. He's going through that phase where he gets nightmares. So,
where's your guest? Your guest you were bringing today? What happened to good old Jake?
He had a test.
He had a
high school test. What are you going to do?
Jake, if you're listening, I commend you for studying for your test versus coming here, and we would not let you drink on camera, but coming here and talking with us.
And I'm not going to say what he said. We would not let you drink at all.
I mean, if I leave the room and some alcohol goes missing.
Hey, I said I would not let you drink. I didn't say if it went missing or anything. I said I would not let you drink.
Yeah, I'm not going to let him drink, but if some alcohol disappears when we're not looking, then,
Talking about alcohol, cheers.
Cheers, buddy. This is my favorite whiskey so far, by the way. I did like the one last week.
What did I have?
Woodford Reserve. That was good. Mm-hmm. But this is really good, too. If this was chilled, I could actually see myself. I'm going to take this bottle home. I got the little whiskey rocks in the freezer.
I'm proud of you, actually.
I'm going to sip on this like a Saturday night or something when I have nothing to do.
I'm actually down to my basic bottles of Jack Daniels now. So I need to find my next nice bottle.
Well, you can buy it for next week.
Yeah, that's a good point.
By the way, if you don't know, we each reverse what we're going to drink. Our unofficial sponsors do not give us free booze. If you would like to give us free booze, please reach out to us and we will give you our address and you can ship us some free booze.
Do you hear that, whiskey companies? # whiskey companies.
# whiskey. I mean, really anything.
Whiskey companies, listen, we put it on here. We do have some people listen. One bottle is going to be worth it, maybe.
I mean, I think we had like 12 listeners, right? What's it cost to make a bottle of whiskey? Like
seriously,
$5?
If 2 of those people buy your whiskey, you can't give us one?
Right. And then we may rebuy your whiskey at some point. Just throwing it out there.
Saying.
Just throwing it out there.
Here's the marketing part of us.
Yes.
We have no budget, so we market and sell ourselves.
Zero budget. I spent $26 on this whiskey today. And
that's only $26.
That was it. Yeah. Fine wines and good spirits. $26.
Interesting. I don't buy that one that often. It's not bad, but I didn't realize it was only $26. That's about Jack Daniel. That's same as Jack, basically.
I would drink this over Jack any day of the week.
Straight, yes.
Yeah, straight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mixing, no, probably not. I'm just Jack. Well, I don't drink Coke, but Jack, Pepsi, and lime.
You and I are both Mighty Duck fans.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I love the original Mighty Duck series.
Maybe the best sports kid movie series.
Kids movies, yes.
Maybe.
Kids,
I'm not saying definite.
No. Kids movie, best sports kids movies, hands down. Yes, best sports series. It's got to be Rocky in my book.
Well, yeah, but that's your favorite movie.
It is my favorite movie of all time. But Mighty Ducks was a large piece of my heart in childhood. You know,
how could it not? Emilio Estevez, Charlie, and Adam Banks.
Oh yeah,
Cake Eater.
I mean, and they did so well with it. Even the third one was decent.
It was still good. They were all good. I would watch any one of them.
But the second one, how they implemented the new characters, and then the hot chick from Rookie of the Year ended up being
the goalie.
Yeah. I mean, it was just perfect. And her and Goldberg had a good thing working. Goldberg got to be one of the best characters. And then you had the Bash
Do you even
Brothers.
know what happened to Goldberg since the Mighty Ducks?
I have no idea.
You don't sound like you know.
Right?
Yeah.
They're all
he's in jail for life now. So.
Oh, Lord. Either way.
Fulton Reed's a superhero, actually.
Well, there you go. At least one of them did something. Actually, no. Yeah.
The guy who played Charlie, he did a lot of stuff. He was Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, he did a ton of things. He was in Skulls. He was in Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, Skulls was good.
Skulls was a great movie. That's one of my favorite cult-type movies.
Yeah, Dawson's Creek, like we said. He was in Scream. People don't even pay enough attention. Yeah, he's in Scream too.
Scream too. I'm not a Scream fan, but you are.
So. I'm a huge Scream fan, but he's in there.
Well, the reason we're bringing up the Mighty Ducks is on March 26th, which we are on March 9th. March, your Apple Watch loaded quicker than mine. I will give Apple credit for that. Your Apple Watch loaded faster than my Fitbit. Wow, maybe the whiskey is kicking in. Anyways.
People won't admit to it, but here it is.
March 9th and on March 26th, the new TV series on Disney Plus, which now has 100 million subscribers, which we are both one of those.
I am definitely one of them. There's a lot of good series on there, just like Netflix. I don't know, not as many as Netflix.
I haven't watched much Disney Plus. I've been using Hulu a lot, which is in the Disney Plus bundle, and my kids watch the hell out of it.
Here's the catch. You're like me. I like the Avengers. I like the superheroes. I like Star Wars. Those aren't necessarily your things. So when I sit here and say they have good series, which like WandaVision, which is a Marvel Avengers series, that was awesome. Star Wars, The Mandalorian.
I've heard good things about The Mandalorian.
That's an awesome show. But those are Disney Plus. But for you, it's hard because you're not into that stuff that much.
Right. Eventually they will bring out some kind of sports series and I'll get into it, I'm sure.
Oh, Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks.
Right off the bat, Mighty Ducks.
So will you watch the new series of Mighty Ducks?
Oh, I'll be there every week that comes out. I'll be just like regular episodic TV, I'll be there.
I will watch it. However, I do think that the reboot thing that's going on right now is swinging and missing across the board. What is the best reboot you've seen?
Are we talking movies or just TV series?
No, TV series reboot.
See, it's rough because I can't think of any of them that are really that good.
Saved by the Bell.
I don't have Peacock.
I watched that. It was Peacock's free. You just download it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed all.
I have the paid service because it comes for free with internet.
But it's Saved by the Bell on the free side of it?
Yeah. Oh. Saved by the Bell was watchable.
Okay.
And there's parts of it I enjoyed. Mostly it was the old characters.
I was going to say, probably the old characters, right?
But it was enjoyable. I think if I was a teenager or younger, I would probably enjoy it even more because there's a lot of like new age teeny stuff that was in it. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, recently figured out that because I'm rewatching King of Queens currently.
Okay.
And I recently figured out that the wife in King of Queens was in Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, she's in. Oh, what was the vacation one where they're on the beach?
Yeah, the beach episode.
She's the daughter of the owner or something like that.
Somebody I was texting with, I was talking about King of Queens, and I've loved her since Saved by the Bell, and I was like, yeah. What do you know?
Yeah, she ended up turning into Zach Morris's girlfriend in that show. Yeah.
Yeah, which everybody turned into Zach.
Well,
I would turn into Zach Morris's girlfriend. I mean,
Wait, you want the box phone?
Yeah, absolutely. Zach Morris was the coolest thing ever.
He really was.
But I mean, honestly, out of all the reboots, you had Fuller House and.
Oh, jeez.
I tried to watch Fuller House. No, don't get me wrong. Stephanie was. I would have never guessed that she would come out of Full House and be the hottest of the daughters, right? But Stephanie was good to look at. But other than that, little part of Fuller House, the show was eh.
It was but all it was they were trying to recreate the same show with new people. And the problem is I don't care about the new people. So when I would see like John Stamos on the show, cool, I get that quick pop. I'm into that.
That's the same thing Saved by the Bell.
Oh, I know. That's
which
the problem.
Makes me think that that's the same thing the Mighty Ducks is. But maybe Disney.
The problem is there's only one old duck going to be in the show.
Well, I'm sure they're going to sprinkle in. So.
They said the only one is Gordon Bombay.
Really?
Yeah. And actually, the part I find funny about this is, spoiler alert, the Mighty Ducks are the bad guys in this.
I did hear that.
Yeah, they're the Hawks, is what they are from the original.
So Gordon Bombay is now
he is not the coach.
Oh, he's not the coach?
He is not the coach.
So the Ducks the dynasty of the Ducks has grown to be what the Hawks was.
Correct.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, Gordon.
Gordon Bombay now? He's like the Hans.
Whatever I seen out of the trailer, he comes back. He is still on the good side, but the Ducks are the powerhouse, is what they are.
Wow. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna hope that Disney can make something out of this.
I forget who the showrunner is on the show.
Spinoff, reboot, whatever you want to call
it. And I say showrunner because what I've realized with some of the other shows they've done, like Star Wars and Avengers, is depending on who's running the show and producing it, is depending on if it's good. Because like Star Wars for them, Star Wars has two different people who run their episodes, their shows. And the one is a person who's not a typical Star Wars person, but she runs one side of it, and she kind of sucks. And then there's a guy who runs the other side of it.
Which show is it that sucks?
She did the new trilogy, the 3 movies that came out, that gradually good, worse, horrible. It's kind of how they went. I like them, but I'm a Star Wars fan, so it's easy for me to say that. But that's what you would hear if you looked them up.
I'm not a Star Wars fan.
Correct. However, that was her.
Okay.
The guy, Jon Favreau, who's actually an actor. Yeah. He's a smart guy.
He's been a big-time director.
Correct. He's the other side of that. In the episodes, like he's the one who made The Mandalorian.
That makes sense.
That's been a hit.
Yeah.
But when you watch the shows, you can absolutely see the difference of what he's doing and what they're doing over here. But the same thing with Avengers. Avengers had one guy run everything for Avengers, and then he has different directors. Kevin Feige. He literally runs everything. He's the overseer of everything with the Avengers. And they always hit.
Jon Favreau is
he's awesome.
I mean, he was great in Swingers.
Yeah.
He was great in Couples Retreat.
Yep.
He was great in The Sopranos.
Anything in the movie world, he's just great.
And then, I mean, as a director, he's just hit home runs.
I just told you he does the Star Wars side. He's in the Avengers. He's actually an actor and a director in the Avengers as well. He's happy. He's Iron Man's basically assistant is what he is. Or no, bodyguard. That's what they called him. He was his bodyguard.
So if you had to put real stimulus money on it, do you think the Mighty Ducks is going to be a hit?
Yes. At least the first season will be, because people like me and you are going to watch it, which I'm going to force my kids to watch it. So
my son will probably willingly watch it because he's been watching Mighty Ducks 1, 2, and 3.
My kids will too, because they've already Ollie, different story, but Grayson, he's already watched the Mighty Ducks with me. So Grayson will, especially an episode instead of a movie, it's a 30-minute episode. It's a lot easier for a 5-year-old or 4-year-old to sit down for 30 minutes versus an hour and a half.
Well, for a show that we thought was going to have very little content,
we went on and on and on.
We're way over, which is cool. Cheers to you on that.
Oh,
and
thanks.
we just when we get in the room, we just like the bullshit. We like the bullshit. Kids Corner time.
Oh man.
So every week we talk about one thing that one of our kids did that got us some amusement or drove us crazy or something along those lines. I think you've been leading off, so I will lead off this time. And so Saturday was my daughter's 10th birthday.
Yep.
This is a long story, and you're just going to have to deal with it, okay? If you're on and
We're already long, you're listening.
We're already long, you're going to listen. My beautiful daughter, who is the greatest kid I could ever ask for, turned 10. We had her birthday party. And then after her birthday party, she had a friend who was at her birthday party who had a birthday party.
Yeah.
That's hard to keep track of. But 2 birthday parties one day.
Different people. Not 2 for the same person.
No, yeah, different people. So we went to her friend's birthday party, who her friend was at our birthday party earlier in the day, and they rented out a roller rink. And I'm going to assume they paid some pretty decent money for the roller rink.
Yeah, probably.
So when we got there was maybe 10 kids that were invited to have the entire roller rink to themselves. So they're like, parents, please get these skates and skate. I haven't skated since I was probably 16. Maybe even earlier than 16. I don't know. So I went up, got the rollerblades, and I was rocking it, dude. I was like, yeah, I remember how to do this. We're good. The only thing I didn't do was skate backwards. Sunday morning, I wake up, and I felt like I was hit by a bus.
We're going back to the age conversation we had earlier.
The age conversation. And I would like to say I'm in probably the 3rd best physical condition of my life. I play basketball multiple days a week. I go to the gym. I'm in great physical condition right now, and I still felt like I was hit by a train or a bus at 100 miles an hour, right? I'm so sore.
That's the old bones.
So I do my Sunday morning ritual where I drink my coffee and I have the weekend edition of the Wall Street Journal comes to my house. I read that. And I told myself I was going to put together a trampoline.
I've seen pictures of this.
So I had every excuse in the book to say one more weekend, I'll put it off, not going to do this. I put together a trampoline. I went out, I was sore, my back was hurting, my knees were hurting, everything was hurting. And I put together this trampoline. I put it 75% together and realized that I put it together in the wrong direction. And that I had to take it all back apart and re-put it back together. So what should have been an hour and a half turned into 4 hours, and it's still not 100% put together because there's a basketball hoop that you can install on it. And I said no, and they can bounce now. And I'll put together a basketball hoop future weekends. And I did have a little bit of help towards the end, which is great. But I put together a trampoline. And the entire time I'm putting together a trampoline, Roman comes out. The first time Roman comes out. And yes, most of my kids' corner is going to be about Roman because my daughter does very little that is outside of anything that a very good kid would do. Roman comes out and first tries to identify what I'm putting together because I did not tell the kids what was being put together. And then when Liv saw the boxes in the garage, I told her those were empty boxes I acquired from somebody and I was going to burn them. So neither one of my kids knew what was going on. Roman came out, tried to figure out what I was putting together. When he did figure out what I was putting together, I lied to him and told him he was wrong. And then it took like another hour for him to come out and figure out, oh, it is a trampoline. Like, there's no way this is not a trampoline, right? And then it turned into every 10 minutes, he asked me if he could bounce yet. Meanwhile, there wasn't even a freaking mat hooked up yet. Like, can I bounce on this stupid trampoline? No, go back inside or go play or whatever. I finally get the net put on and everything put together, and I put Roman into it. He's the first person. He's been asking all day. I put him into it, and the kid is now afraid to bounce in the trampoline, and I won't let him get out, so he's just laying in the edge of the trampoline while the girls are bouncing. My daughter's friend was over, and they were bouncing in, and he's laying there going, And it literally took him like an hour and a half before he would finally start bouncing, and now he loves it.
Of course.
But I had to deal with the hour and a half of him going, "Ugh," like in the, and that's a sound bite. But we don't have sound bites, so we make our own here. That was him laying in the edge. So the zipper's here to get into the trampoline. He was right past the zipper, laying there, whining because he was scared to bounce on the trampoline, even though Roman's not scared of anything. It was just his way of just getting attention or whatever the deal was. Roman, I love you. That is my parents' corner. Or kids'
Wait
corner.
until Roman starts watching YouTube and seeing this show that's on YouTube.
He'll remember all of his wonderful memories from when he was 5 or 6 or 7 or however long the show goes.
He'll start to realize how much hell he caused for you over the years. And wait until Livy turns 13 and you have a whole new hell to live.
I hope not. I think she's a good kid. I think I got a good one.
That doesn't mean she's not going to be a good kid. That just means you have a whole new world to live in.
I think we're going to be smooth sailing.
Wait till you have high school
Yeah,
dances.
we're going to be smooth sailing. I have a good feeling about that one. What is your kid's corner, Sean?
All right, so my kid's corner is actually a sweet one. A little different. Actually, yeah.
That doesn't fit into the funny.
You'll see.
Or entertaining.
You'll hear it. So
Okay.
It actually happened today, of all things. So yeah, I'm empty. So
I shot for the end.
been running around all day, and my wife was going out with her friend. She was taking the kids. They were going to ride their bikes, and I had Grayson's bike helmet in my car, so I needed to stop over and drop off his bike helmet for him on the way home. Okay, so I get there, and they see my car pulling up. I don't even have my windows down yet, and you can hear Ollie screaming, "Daddy! Daddy!" from down the street. Okay, makes you feel good.
Sure.
Kind of sweet. You know how crazy Ollie is, so okay. So my wife, I pull up, I park I stop the truck and everything. My wife walks over. Here you go, puts him in the seat with me. So he's sitting there. Okay, this is great. He's happy. Everybody's happy. She's getting the helmet. She comes back up to say hi to me. Ollie's still sitting in the seat. He flicks the water for the windshield right into my wife's face.
Well, that is sweet.
I'm not done. No, there's more to this.
Because that's funny, right?
That's funny.
So he splashed the windshield wiper fluid into Sam's face.
Yes.
Which Sam, love her to death.
She laughed. She laughed.
Oh, she did laugh.
She laughed.
Oh.
What are you going to do? She put him there.
I mean, Sam is the type to not laugh in that scenario.
She laughed.
Probably.
She laughed, and she took him back and everything like that. Okay, so she takes him back out. He starts freaking out. Daddy! Daddy! And she just looks at me. Get out of here. Go. Just leave. Okay. So I turn the car around. He's still screaming. I'm driving slowly down this the little town. And I'm getting away. I see in the mirror. He is bolting at my truck, screaming, "Daddy!" She put him down on the ground. He is bolting, and I can see him in the rear view mirror.
Wait, he's in the road?
He is in the road chasing me. This is not a busy street. This is a little town. This is a little.
Well, thank
housing,
God it's
town.
not a busy street.
This is a little townhouse community, so it's not even. I mean, it's
That's
like
Renee's. Or?
yeah,
Okay.
Renee's in Woodbridge.
Gotcha.
But he is literally right behind me. I can see him in the mirror. He is bolting at me, "Daddy!" They're way behind him. He's literally trying to keep up with me. So I stop. I get out. His kid bolts and jumps almost into my arms and gives me this big, massive hug.
So how are you going to leave in that scenario?
That's pretty much it. I offer to take him home. He can come with me if he wants to, because that's what he's trying to do. And I go to put him in his seat. He freaks out.
No, he wants you to get out and stay at Renee's house.
He wants me to stay, or he wants to get in the driver's seat with me. He doesn't, because he likes broom brooms.
Broom, yeah.
Nonetheless, that's the story. That's between him spraying my wife with the windshield wiper fluid.
That's the best part of the story. No offense to how cute it is that he's chasing you down the street and everything. The fact that he sprayed your wife in the face, and she did not get upset with that. Because
I'm sure she got upset. She just didn't really show it.
My wife would have been extremely upset. Did I ever tell you the story of when Roman threw a shoe at my wife?
No.
So this was back.
That's a little different than a little 2-year-old just flicking the knobs on something.
It's a little different. So Roman was probably 4 at the time. You know, he was having that. For those of you who don't know, my son had a pooping episode where he just refused to poop for the longest time. We had to force him to poop all the time. It was a nightmare. He's past that part of his life, thank God. For now. Knock on wood. He said he had to go to the bathroom, and my wife took him to a porta potty, and he threw the shoe at my wife because he was mad at her, and it hit her in the face.
I don't want to laugh. But I am.
So Roman at 4 years old throws a shoe, it hits my wife in the face. In turn, I get a phone call.
Of course you did.
Because my son, it's never our son, my son threw a shoe at her and it hit her in the face. And I was like, okay. I'm like, sounds like something Roman would do. Sorry you're having to deal with that, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And I'm like, and she's like, oh, he's going to be sorry. She's driving home, and she's calling me, and he's in the car. He can hear me on speakerphone. I'm like, what do you mean he's going to be sorry? Oh, he's going to lose everything. What do you mean by he's going to lose everything? She literally went home and took everything outside of his clothes and his bed and his books out of his room. All of his toys, all of his electronics, all of his clothes, like all of his dress-up clothes, all of his swords, everything. And put it in the attic and locked the attic door. And she did not let him have that back until he earned it back. It was like a week. This kid had no toys, no anything. Because he hit my wife in the shoe with the face. In the face with the shoe. That is what I had to do. What are you doing? You're supposed to shoot that.
I'm going to, but I'm laughing right now.
You didn't drink it, did you?
No.
Because I got to refill you if you drank it. Hang on, let me see. We're going to... Oh, you definitely drank some of that.
The camera would tell, so.
Okay, well, either way, I didn't give you enough then. All right.
Now you gave me too much.
Now I gave you too much, but you're going to deal with it. You're the whiskey drinker. All right, so we're way past. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. What else? Deuces?
No, that's after we drink. Come on.
Cheers.
Don't go ahead of it.
We're way over. And this is a shot? What did you do?
Oh, good. That's a big shot.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Man.
Wow. It's good as you're sipping. Shooting. Woo. Another scenario. Deuces, everybody. Like, subscribe, follow us, and I hope you enjoyed this. And for the 12 listeners we have, we appreciate you tuning in.
Maybe next week we have the unlucky 13.
Ooh. Will somebody break
the
the 12 streak?
Maybe if you do 13, we'll do a Friday show.
Oh, we've been wanting to hang out on a weekend.
Maybe we'll do a Friday show. Maybe.
All right. If you get to 13, we're going to add another show in somewhere, somehow. We can't even figure out what to talk about, and then we talk for an hour anyway. So,
I told you, we don't actually need a script. We really probably just say something and go on.
It's true.
So.
It's true. We are talkers, and we don't need a strip. So deuces, signing off. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.